All right, that is Neo Closer. It's on air. Ryan Seacrest with you. His new movie, which we had a chance to see, is Machine Gun Preacher, in theaters now. The action star, who was very, very intense in this movie, with us now, Gerard Butler, also known by his cronies as Jerry. Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good, my man. How you doing?
Very good, thanks. So let's start with this movie. Loved it, by the way. And for people who don't know, it is based on a true story. Can you explain to people what the real story is and why you wanted to do it?
So it's based on a true story of this man, Sam Childers, who was a kind of a crazy gun-toting drug addict in Pennsylvania. He's in and out of jail, always getting into trouble. Who finally kind of reached a rock bottom, at which point he found God. He converted to Christianity, but
Right.
he still had this sense of adventure in him. And he went down to do some missionary work in Africa, where he witnessed just the most horrific atrocities, and it kind of changed his life. So he took it upon himself to build an orphanage to protect the kids down there, but ended up fighting in the war. He kind of got his own little army together and started fighting the militia.
And you were shot twice, huh?
3 times, actually.
3 times he was shot.
Whoa.
Shot, yeah. I mean, that seems to come with the territory now. Whenever you do an action movie, there's all these little bullets going off everywhere. But I was shot twice with casings that came out the side of my co-star's gun, and it hit me. It hit me in the left side of my head, and it slit. I had a little slit in my head, so it was bleeding. Took about half an hour, stopped bleeding, went on again, hit again within about half a centimeter, and it slit me again. And then on another day, they fire these pellets, and these pellets, if they hit metal, they cause sparks, and that's what looks like a bullet's hitting. And my head was sticking out in front of the car, and a pellet hit the car and then hit me below the eye. So I picked up a few.
Well, not to be cynical, but see, now, if it were me, and it would never be, but if it were, and something like that were to happen, I'd think to myself, my God, what a great story this is going to make for when I got to talk about the movie, because it's like who you are as a character, and also as a tough guy that plays these characters.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's interesting you say that, because that one's an easy one to remember. The problem is when you make a movie, you laugh. It's like you go through a day and you have a lot of laughs and crazy things happen over a month. Say, if I was to ask you in a year's time, remember in February when you were doing your show, tell us some funny things that happened.
Right.
The problem
You can't remember.
remember a thing. You go, I had a great time, but I actually have no stories for you whatsoever. So one of the few things you can remember is getting shot in the head.
Yeah, that one sticks.
That one sticks, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, one story I will not forget is that of you at a rehearsal dinner at a wedding. Now, I was at this wedding as well. It was a mutual friend of ours, and he was getting married, and Gerard Butler and I had a fear in common, and that was speaking. Like making a speech at a rehearsal dinner. I was scared to death to make the speech at the rehearsal dinner because I wasn't planning to. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh, my God, Gerard Butler's going to go, and then I got to follow that? How am I going to follow him? He's an action hero.
Well, he can say anything with that accent.
It doesn't even have to say anything. He can
Doesn't
stand
even matter.
up. Look at you. Look at you. He can stand up. People just want to look at him. And you nailed it, man, and I look like a chump.
No, see, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how our egos affect us? Because I thought that you nailed it, and I literally came off of there going, all right, the truth's out. Now they all know I'm a dummy. But I unfortunately had to go first. That's right. But I thought you did great, by the way. You were like the consummate professional, whereas I kind of felt like a little kid going, oh, I love Ryan. He's so nice. He's such a good man.
When he says Ryan, the guy who's getting married, his name was Ryan Kavanaugh's wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was but much as, I know you had a great time. I had a phenomenal time at that wedding, but it was the wedding of speeches.
Yes.
By the time we'd finished, I literally thought that the waiters were going to start. And this was in Italy. I thought the Italian waiters were going to be expected to to make speeches at the wedding.
It was the rehearsal dinner that wouldn't stop when it came to the speeches. Well, listen, the new movie Machine Gun Preacher, it's in theaters. Make sure you check it out, starring Gerard Butler. And as always, thanks for the time, Jerry. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Ryan. Good talking.
Take care, friend. Bye-bye.